The artwork that we will be looking at today is the funeral banner of Lady Dai, or Xin Shu. It was created during the Han Dynasty in China. The media used here is painted silk. It was created in 180 BC. The form of this piece utilizes lots of symmetry. The best example of this is the way that the dragons wrap around and frame the piece. This is displayed here and here. We also see symmetry. We also see this here in the two guides, not just in placement, but in their form and appearance. We also see the heavy black lines that outline each figure and design. This creates emphasis. It was a commonly used technique in China that displayed two-dimensional style. The function of this piece was to entice the spirit of the deceased person in order to enter their tomb. Here, they could officially begin their journey into the afterlife. It was also a sign of status. The imperial ancestor here displays that the deceased person had a noble lineage. The material used was silk. The use of silk displays that the person here was someone who was highly regarded and treasured because silk was something that was expensive. These sorts of funeral banners would have been carried throughout a funeral procession, then once arrived to the final destination, would have then been draped over a coffin. The content of this piece is divided horizontally and vertically. Horizontally, it is divided between yin, yang, and the joining of the two. Yin was feminine. This was displayed through the moon on the left. Was masculine. This was displayed on the right through the sun. Yin and yang was created through the meeting in the middle. Vertically, it was divided between the heavens, earth, and the underworld. The heavens were displayed at the top through the depiction of dragons, toads, the moon, and the crow on the red sun. It is also easy to believe that this is the heavens because the noble ancestor is depicted here as if welcoming Lady Dai into her afterlife, or heaven. We also see two guides here that are going to guide her into her journey to heaven. The center is Earth. Here, Lady Dai is depicted as still alive, and she is saying goodbye to her attendants. The attendants almost have an appearance of sorrow, as their heads are hung low here. The last portion of the vertical partition is the underworld. It is displayed through the sacrificial funerary rituals that are displayed here, and the vessels of food and wine, while her corpse is wrapped in robes. This all shows her journey into heaven. In context, Lady Dai was the wife of Marquis of Dai. She had died around 50 years old. She lived during the Han Dynasty, which was the golden age of classical China in the high-class society. High officials were able to afford these elaborate rituals for their loved ones, or in some cases, themselves. This piece was found in 1971, along with 7 nested coffins. Her body was incredibly well preserved. Her tomb was airtight. It was 36 feet under in clay-lined and charcoal-packed hole. Her body was wrapped in 20 layers of silk. Her skin was still elastic, joints still flexible. Even her hair, blood, and organs were still intact. It is presumed that she had died of a heart attack shortly after consuming a melon. This was discovered by the 138 melon seeds found in her stomach. The next piece that we will be looking at in comparison is the Kui Hua Zi, or Sunflower Seeds by Ai Weiwei. This is a Chinese sculpted and painted porcelain piece. The creation process took from 2010 to 2011. It involves over 100 million sunflower seeds. This piece is an example of postmodernism in China. The form of this piece is of 100 million handcrafted and hand-painted individual sunflower seeds. Weiwei had worked with around 1,600 different artists in Jingzhen, China, which is known as the porcelain capital. Chinese artists have produced pottery here for over 2,000 years. The main function of this piece is to critique political and economic injustices. Just like society, there are small, tiny parts that make up a whole. This is similar to the funeral banner of Lady Di, being that it is a piece made of a small, intricate designs. Though each seed is small, put together, they are vast. The idea is that an individual seed is lost among the millions as a critique of conformity and censorship in modern China. Weiwei makes the claim that it is unique people that make changes. When this piece was first presented, initially people were encouraged to walk, lay on, sit on, or touch the piece, experiencing it and being a part of it. This was a part of the unique making a change. The people interacting with the seeds are unique to the seeds, making a change in where they lay. People are no longer permitted to do this because the seeds began to grind down and the dust was found to be toxic. The content of this piece is over 100 million individual sunflower seeds. It weighed over 150 tons. Each sunflower seed is porcelain. Weiwei chose sunflower seeds because sunflower seeds invoke Chairman Mao's propaganda. Mao was compared to the sun, and the people sunflowers facing Mao, or the sun. It's symbolize something having the potential to grow, but these seeds cannot grow. In context, porcelain is a symbol of the imperial culture of the elite in China. It was also a way that the West has been exposed to Chinese art. The use of porcelain is also a nod to Chinese history utilizing porcelain. In 2011, Ai Weiwei was arrested for 3 months due to his investigation of corruption of his government and their handling of a 2008 earthquake and their hosting the Olympics. He was released early due to pressure from the art world. To add to his hardship, the Chinese Cultural Revolution led to his father being sent to a Chinese labor camp. Weiwei will continue to speak out against Mao with his father's permission. A connection in the form between the two artworks is the intricacy that went in together, all the small designs and all the small seeds that came together to create one piece. And in the context, I would like to contrast the idea that Weiwei was not treated fairly and was suppressed and sent to jail, and his father suffers. He died, was honored even after her death. Another connection in the context that I had come up with myself is that the seeds in the sunflower seeds were toxic, as Lady Di was found when she had deceased with 138 melon seeds in her stomach, which may have had something to do with her heart attack. Thank you for watching my video.